square pyramid of dimension 25 and height 50 mm we have to construct. So rest with its base on HP with all of its edges equally inclined to VP. That means we need to construct with respect to corner here. It is cut by a plane perpendicular to VP, inclined at 60 degree, passing through extreme right corner of the base. Okay, so that's what we have to do. First we need to construct a square with respect to corner, because they have mentioned with all of its edges, base edges equally inclined to VP. That means we need to construct with the corner here. First we draw XY line, VP HP first quadrant. So now with the help of the protractor, so I'll be marking a reference point. So from this reference point we can mark for angle 45 degree on both sides. Okay, now I'll be drawing a line of length at 25 mm. So from that reference point to that angle point, so draw a straight line of length at 25 mm. Okay, so in this side also we need to draw line of length at 25 mm. Okay, so again you measure take compass, measure 25 mm and cut the respective arc from this reference edges. Okay, then join it with the help of scale, this straight line. Okay, so that completes the square. So it is a square pyramid. So we will be drawing thick lines, inside thick lines as a slant edges. Okay, so mention the dimension on one side. So dimension will be 25 mm. Okay, so 25. So mention the naming A, B, C, D. Only it has having bottom face, O1, center of the axis. So project upward to complete the front view. So here axis length it is of 50 mm. So draw a vertical line or axis for 50 mm. Okay, now we can join with the slant edges. Okay, show the dimension having 50 mm. Mention the naming A dash, B dash, D dash in bracket and C dash, O1 dash and O dash. Okay, so now we have to mention that cut plane or the section plane. So it is extreme right corner, that is C point is the reference, extreme right corner, and from this point we need to mark for an angle of 60 degree. Okay, 60 degree. Take protractor and mark for 60 degree from C dash and draw an section plane passing through this point. Okay, so here the angle it is 60 degree. Okay. Now dark the retained portion. Okay, the cut portion, the remaining cut portion we need to dark this. Okay, now we will be mentioning the cut plane namings 1, and if we project it downward it is cutting with respect to the OC edge, slant edge 1. Now the point number 2 and point number 3 it is exactly at the C dash only, that is point 3, cutting the extreme edge 3, and point 4 exactly it is at 2 only. So now we have to mention 2 and 4 exactly where it is occurring on the slant edge. So we will be drawing a straight line, that is slant edge for that true length O dash C dash strand length. Then from the 2 and 4 we will be drawing vertically straight line. We don't know exactly where it is cutting. Okay, so So we can measure the length from that, then draw an arc or a semicircle to the OD and OB. So you can cut the arc. Okay. So that is our point 2 and 4, and this is point 3. Okay. You can join these points 1, 2, 3, 4. So that indicates that cutted portion, how it is cutting with that okay, section plane. Okay. So now so the true length we having OC, it is exactly parallel to XY line. So O dash C dash is our true length. So we need to measure this length. So it is, so you can see OC is parallel to XY, and O dash C dash length, it is around 52 or 53 mm. It is, I think it is around 52 mm. So dimension, so we can mention that 53 mm. So this is true length. Okay, this is what the length we have to consider to draw the development. So take a reference point and draw a line of length 53 mm. Okay, that's what the true length. And that is O and A. Okay, so this is true length. Now we take compass and measure this length, true length, and we will draw an arc array. Okay, so now we measure the edge here 25. So 25 is the base edge, and we need to cut 4 arcs here. Okay, 25, 25, 25 and 25. Okay, now we can join with the slant edges. So that is B, C, D and A. Okay, so I can show the dimension. So dimension here we have 53, and that is true length. Okay, so we should not consider the axis for this, we should consider the true length here. Okay, so now you can see, so we have to mark these cutted points 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so we'll be measuring. So taking on the O dash C dash point 1. Okay, O1, so O dash 1. So cut the arc. So we have O, we can cut on the 2 points. Again O2 now. So we have considered this length on the true length. Okay, 2 and 5 having the same length. Okay, 2 and 5, and then O dash and 3, and it is cutting exactly at the 3 point here, at a C point. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 1 again. Okay, now we have to join all these, connect this point with the straight line. So now we have to join this. So now we have to dark this retained cut portion. Okay, so we have to join this ABCD also with the straight lines. Okay, now we can dark that retained cut portion. So we need to dark this. Can dark this cutted portion. Okay, the retained portion we need to dark it, okay, which has been cutted, and then you can erase that arc which have been drawn, okay. So that completes the problem. Good morning all. So in this problem we have to do development of the cottage square pyramid. So question given: square pyramid 25 mm base edge and 50 mm height, rest with the base on HP with all of its base edges equally inclined to VP. Equally inclined to VP means resting with the corner position. Remember it. So first we'll be drawing an XY line. Then we construct here the XY line. I have considered the thickness of 0.25. You can take 0.13 also, no problem in it, okay. So write XY VP HP. Here you can see, so here pyramid problem. Pyramid means it is constructed using radial line method, so no need to draw XY line longer. So we will take only to our required length, only top and front view we have to draw. No parallel line method, we are using an radial line method, right? Okay, now we construct square. So give the dimension, make it more thick, dimension 25 and resting with the corner position. Show the dimension, give the notation for the dimensions here. So it has to be written with the small case letter. So draw the projection lines to draw the front view here. So front view we are getting it here. I mentioned the naming of the front view. Okay, now we have to draw an section plane, and it is passing to the bottom right corner, extreme corner at an angle of 60 degree. So you can give the angle. So angle you have to give, that is 120. You can get it 60 here. Okay. So give 120, enter. Okay, now we can measure the angle with respect to the base edge. An angle of inclination, it is 60 degree. Okay. Now the upper part we have to make it thin, so I'll be using split command. Okay, by selecting that upper part we'll make it thin line there. So this is where it is cutting on a slant edge, 1 on a slant edge of AO, and 2 on BO, and 3 on CO, and again 4 on DO. Okay, now you measure this true length. Now you project it this 2 and 4 1. Okay, from 1 we can project, and from 2 also, 2 and 4 the same point we can project. Okay, so this has to be straight line. So you can give it 1, and this is 2 4 it is. Now we have to measure this length. Okay, I'll be using this split command, and I'll be splitting exactly at this end so that we can able to measure it. Or I'll using this distance between command by 2 points. Using that command I'm going to measure the length. Okay, so measure it properly. You can try it, you can get it. You can see it is by 2 points you have to make it. Okay, so there's this distance 12.75, get it. Same way, end point to the 4 here, select the distance 20.56. Okay, now you draw that true length 53.03 straight line. I can show the dimension, true length dimension, because here OC edge it is parallel to XY, that's why we have taken O dash C dash length as true length here. Okay, now go to arc by center, measure the length from O to A, measure the length from O to A, and sweep the arc, cut the arc, you can sweep it. Okay, again go to arc by center point, and we have to cut here 4 arcs of dimension 25, because square pyramid having a base edge of 25, give the radius 25 and cut the arc. Then again from that reference point, again give the radius of 25 and cut the arc. Okay, there are 4 triangular faces you have to get in this. Again give the radius 25 and cut the arc. Now draw a straight line here, vertical edges from O to B. Okay, then O to C, you can draw it, zoom in and join it properly. Then from O to C, then O to D, okay, connect the base edges. Okay, now the upper part we have to show that section plane numbering. Okay, the one it is cutting at a distance of 12.75, enter, cut the arc. So you can cut this arc on OA. So here we have to show Give the radius correctly, 12.75 you have to give, and give enter and sweep it. Okay, 12.75, enter. And then on a vertical edge OB, so we have point number 2 and 4 having the same length. Okay, having the same length, you can give 20.56 on OB and OD. .56 you can give radius, enter and cut the arc. Okay, now you can give the naming, that is point number 2, that is 4, and see we are getting on the extreme corner here, that is our point number 3. Now we can join all these points with the straight line. Okay, zoom in and try to get the exact point here. And try to connect these 1, 2, 3, 4 with the straight line. Okay, connect it. And now that upper part we have to make it thin, so for that again I will go to split command. Okay, you can now select this upper part and make it thin. Okay, so this completes the problem. You can subscribe for the channel and hit on the like button and hit on the bell icon for the latest notification, and share it to the maximum students so that they can benefit it.